Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over a game I played off of stream on the most handsome jungler in the game, Udyr. We're going to be showing you everything you need to know to help you on your climb for 2024 Split 2 and beyond. Right off the bat, we're starting off with what's called a 9-camp full clear. It's where you start on a non-buff camp and then do a full clear, scuttle crab, and then run back to the camp you started. If that sounds kind of complicated, no worries, it'll make 1,000 times more sense once this clear is done. Get used to the image of Udyr right-clicking the camp, because you are going to be seeing it a lot throughout this game and every game, because that is how God intended you to play Udyr. If you go for a gank before you hit level 4, something has gone cataclysmically, abnormally. Something has gone cataclysmically. I can't even find the words to describe how weird it would be to not full clear on Udyr. It is that unhinged and insane. So right now, we're gonna, after we've done our full clear here, or actually here, I'll go back and watch this at normal speed. I notice Leona and Rel having some supportal combat, so I'm just gonna finish up the crab and waddle on down. I flash on Viego here in QQ because he's isolated. No need to RR if he's not in a group of minions or a group of... I don't want to look at top lane right now. I'm watching a bot play. I over chase a little bit here. Ideally, after he flashes out, I can just run through mid and back to my Raptor camp, which is spawning. 9-camp full clear. Smile. But on the way there, I encounter my favorite win shitter. Well, there's only two. But my favorite, Yasuo. And we go for a gank here. I get minion blocked. E goes to you, which means you can run through the minions. I should have done that more tactically. It would have avoided this goofy chase sequence. We do catch up to him eventually. Notice how I use my awaken here as he comes to the blast cone, i.e. right now. That way I don't get blasted back. I know I'm going to catch up to him because my movement speed is faster, and also I took approach velocity. Very, very important. Get the movement speed boost there. Also, Laui is doing something very questionable right now. She's pushed up very far. This could only mean one thing. One, she's retarded. Two, Viego's in the area. Let's see what it is. If you guessed number 2, I said it too early. If you guessed number 2, you would be correct. We see Viego's Vape Nage come out of nowhere, and I know to instantly back off. Notice how I don't commit to the play super hard because I'm just expecting that Viego is there, because where else could he be? If you ever see a laner do some crazy shit like this, you have to assume that their jungler or someone, SEAL Team 6 is behind them. You just don't know. It is very possible they're just being a little silly, but it's also very possible that you're getting baited. And I don't like getting baited. So now, what did I say? 9-camp full clear. We're going to do it a little bit out of order here. Normally you would run to the Raptors and then do the Krugs and then reset. I'm going to, due to Yasuo circumstances, I'm actually going to go just do these camps. Just kidding. This is what's called an 11-camp full clear. If you're so off tempo because you made a play after your initial full clear, you can actually just clear all the camps again. It's fine. So you basically just do 2 full clears. The goal of the game, though, is to normally aim for a 9-camp full clear. I 9-camp full clear probably 8 out of 10 games. And the other 2 are me full clearing Smile. Now this is one of those plays where nobody expects the Udyr to do Dragon without resetting. This is safe because I know that my bot lane has Prio and Viego is flashless, which makes stealing this a lot harder. Casten also somehow has Prio, so we're just going to take this pretty easily. And Viego is going to run it down for fun. Normally it's not a great idea to start objectives without items at 7 minutes. However, I have teammates. Not something you gotta use your teammates when you can, you know? You're not always going to have them, trust me. So here we just run to my top side. And you guessed it, we do another full clear. Some of you may be asking, why would you not do grubs? What about the grubs? Well, I don't care about the grubs, that's the thing. Because why would I care about the grubs when I could just hit my camps? Grubs is not a very important objective in a vacuum. So if Viego gets 3 grubs here, it really doesn't matter. Because I'm just going to get 3 camps and become very, very strong. Grubs takes too long, it's in the middle of the map. I'm not saying Grubs is bad, it's just you shouldn't go out of your way to do that if you don't have the tempo. And I do not have the tempo because I have all of my camps up. So here I'm going to follow Leona to a mid lane play. This is a pretty shitpost thing to do. I probably shouldn't be doing this. It is what it is. I have to flash out, cast us out of mana. The only reason I went for that is because I had literally nowhere else to be in a... You know, maybe some wild shit happens, but he just walks it out. Since all my camps are down, I have a timer to just run around the map with my dick out. For some reason, Viego Rel thinks it's a good idea to gank here. Maybe it actually isn't the worst idea in the world. But I'm here to foil their plan. Well, their plan does work out. They do kill the Aphelios, however, we do hit him up. This play looks closer than it actually is. I know they're out of damage after... Like, I want to say Aphelios, but it's actually Hawaii, or however you pronounce it. He's out of damage after he uses all of his spells. He's not going to auto-attack me to death. So, even though it looks like I'm low HP, I just know that he can't kill me. And he cannot. He has no extended damage. If that was an actual traditional ADC, I'd be a little more concerned. Here we walk back bot lane after getting a Scuttle Crab. Once again, not really nervous, because I know Hawaii is on cooldown, or however the fuck you pronounce it. Just to be very safe. We know it's coming off of cooldown now, so I'm just going to let Aphelios pick it up. It is very confusing to see these two lane against each other. I might be, like, racist against Goths, but I think they look the exact same. I get them mixed up all the time. They should have one portrait facing to the left, and then the other one facing to the right. Make it a little bit less confusing. Guess what we're going to do now? Nobody could guess it. If you guessed full clear, I don't know how you guessed it. No one was supposed to be able to guess it. We're full clearing towards the dragon, which is spawning very soon. And we're actually going to break away from our full clear right now because we see Leona in the middle of the river. And we want to make a play with her because we also see the Rel here. Actually, sorry, let's go back a bit. So if I don't see Leona here, we see Rel walk up. If Rel doesn't do this, I just full clear. If we see Rel do some really weird play like this, like invade my jungle alone, that's when you break off of your full clear. You only break off of your full clear if you see something like this. Otherwise, you would just full clear. But we see Rel take 10 steps forward into my jungle, so we have to respond to that. And Aphelios too pays for her sins. His sins. Her sins. Sorry, it's confusing. Holy shit. I also can't pronounce Hawaii to save my life. Like, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, and I'm trying really hard. I'm calling him Hawaii from now on. With enemy 4 dead, we are now able to take the Mountain Dragon. They're gonna get... I think they get all the grubs here. I don't really care. I'm gonna cross over afterwards to try to stop that, or also just look at a gank mid. Not really a gank available. This is actually where I make a mistake, I believe. So I look at the grubs here. We know he should be here, because where else would he be? He's not on Dragon. He has no camps up. Bot side. Back off a little bit. Right now I'm just kind of waiting for Viego to either start hitting the scuttle or start hitting the grubs. We don't know. I don't know if he is for sure, but we know he's not in this line bush here. So that opens up a play on Yasuo. This goes really well. I bite off a little more than I can chew coming up in a bit here by walking into the grubs. I'm just trying to smite steal this scuttle away, but I don't have my awaken, which is basically my ultimate, which is a huge part. I get flashed on by Rel and punished. I'm also fighting this while Set does not have R, and this has to be a quick fight because Alawi's going to get here eventually, so instead I just give 600 gold to the enemy team for no reason. What I should have done is, you guessed it, full clear. If you don't know what to do and you have camps up, you should do your camps. I have never once in my life regretted taking my camps. Always take your camps. You lose like 1,000 times more games doing shit like this than you do playing too passive. There's no such thing as playing too passive or farming too much on Udyr. Like well, like you shouldn't only do that. But if you did do that, it would be better than doing bad plays. I hope that makes sense. Basically, don't be afraid to farm. And if you don't know if a play will work out, don't take it. Good rule of thumb. One thing too I meant to mention earlier is I'm pretty much always pinging where I'm going to be. I'm not going to do it now for the rest of the game, Smile. But try to always ping on your way to when you're farming in your jungle. That just lets your teammates know That just alerts your teammates to where you are on the map and just makes them a little bit more cognizant as to what your plan is. Because they're still going to be mad at you because you're playing jungle, and, you know, that's just the most depressed fucking class you could ever be in League of Legends. But if you alert your teammates, hey guys, I'm just going to go do my wolf camp here, and they're playing really aggressive bot lane, at least you gave them a heads up. They're still going to be tilted, just a little bit less tilted. Here I just walk into mid lane for a free kill for no reason, because they're overextended and my Leona's pretty hype with it. Notice how I'm pretty much just, the entire game is just me full clearing, and then doing an objective, or me full clearing one side of the quadrant, and then walking into river or mid lane for a random play. Or not a random, not like a random play, but yeah, I don't mean random as in I'm doing it randomly, I mean random as in why the fuck is there a rel in my jungle, you know what I mean? I eat E here so I don't get feared off by the Hawaii. Also, pretty much the only important part of, like, my job there is just to stun the guys so Felios can get in range. It's not really to unload my load. I'm not the damage dealer. I just run here because there's nothing I can offer other than giving Viego a reset, which would be a little catastrophic. But after getting Awakened back, I know Alawi doesn't have the burst to kill me, so I can just R. I can just Awaken R, and then auto the rel. Resetting here for another full clear. Nobody saw that one coming. Come tank Drake up in one, so we're just gonna run. Why am I not moving? We're just gonna run all the way. Top to bot full clear. Maybe I think I might break off on the wolf camp or something, just to get to the dragon on time. We can speed this up. Whenever you're using Awaken on camps, you only Awaken R the Raptors and the Wolves. Those are the only two you Awaken R. The others are Awaken Qs. Oh wait, I'm not gonna go for a full clear. What the fuck? That's not normal. The reason I break off this time, I probably didn't have to, but just my entire team is fighting mid lane, and I want to be bot side anyways. I don't need, at this stage of the game, you don't need these camps for the upcoming fight. The most important thing I'm about to do is fight this dragon, so I'd rather just do something that makes this dragon fight more guaranteed than another full clear. I'm already really fed. I don't need another clear to win the game. I need to be with my team to win the game. The intent is still there, though. Now we do our full clear. Don't forget to farm your camps. I don't know why I'm not going Raptors here. This is kind of a mistake. Oh, I'm invading, I guess. That's kind of fine. Scuttle spawning. They lay Herald for no reason here. Bit of a questionable... Oh, Viego has had enough. Mr. President. Viego has tilted out of his mind. I wonder if he misclicked that and then just thought he had to take it. That was a rather strange play. So we just kind of threaten Baron here because I have nothing better to do. Yasuo sees us though, so we fuck off. I wouldn't recommend ever starting a Baron like that in lower elos, because I think in lower elos, if you're starting a Baron, that means you're committing to a Baron. Or the higher you go, the more you're willing to kind of dance with it. Once again, basically just clearing camps. They overextend a lot. This is actually a fight I kind of want to go into. I don't think we should take this just because we're so far ahead. Or we're not actually that crazy far ahead, but we're far ahead enough. We're far enough ahead to where we don't need to take fights like this to win the game. This is a 3v5, I think. It's a little awkward. I'm just here because I'm rather thick. Yeah, my Cass has no mana. This is not a good fight to take. We end up winning it by a slim margin, but I would not go for stuff like this. I wish we should have just given the tower. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I didn't realize Hawaii iPhone was bot lane when this happened. Still not great though. It's a 3 for 4 when we're behind. If you want to go more into the fight, just awakenness. We've kind of established maybe I shouldn't have done this, but just look at how I play it. Just notice how I RR and then leave, and just try to buy as much space as I can for these guys. It's not enough space. That's why we shouldn't take the fight, is because I like do everything right and it's still not enough space to save my homies. Target selection. Do I still have East Stance? Nope. I kill Yasuo here because he's just the lowest. Pretty simple. And Ghibli on a double kill. Very wholesome. So that also gets the split push. Good for him. I have a feeling that the Yasuo is mad at Hawaii iPhone. I don't know. I just have a sense. Dragon spawning, so we gotta reset before that. I buy I'm scared to say this item in a YouTube video, but we buy this cloak here because it's the most powerful thing I can buy. I have no MR, it's the one thing I lack in my build. We have so much armor, we have enough health. I just need the 50 MR so this guy can never deal damage to me ever again. And I'm building into a Jack Show. My teammates fight without me here because they had a severe lapse in judgment. Here, the enemy team definitely should have denied Soul here instead of doing this weird-ass Baron attempt. I say attempt loosely, because I don't even... I'm not 100% convinced that they're even trying to win the game here. But yeah, they do this Baron, which we do stop. Maybe it's not the worst thing in the world, looking back on it. Maybe they feel they have to. But yeah, Cass and I are kind of L9 as folks, so we can just put an end to it. Set wants to be a hero, but we don't need a hero. We need a Dragon Taker. While Set does his thing, we go take Dragon. Notice how if your teammates ever do something like this, you don't have to do... Like, you don't... Like, your parents probably told you at some point, if your friend jumps off a cliff, would you jump too? So, if your friend TPs into topside jungle while Soul is up, would you take the Soul, or would you jump off the cliff with him? You know what I'm saying? Think for yourself. Don't be a sheeple. Another day, another camp take. Game's pretty streamlined from here. We're gonna keep watching because we just want to show Baron setup. This is actually not a very good Baron setup. Yeah, let's watch this again, sorry. So Aphelios is kind of alone. I should be close to him, I think. That would have been better. I should have been hovering more towards him. I think I stunned the wrong target here because I'm fucking mechanically impaired. And our late game in big clumps like this, pretty intuitive, I think. Flash on the Yasuo just to make sure he doesn't get away. At this point in the game, I just want to win this fight more than anything I've ever wanted in this world, because this is probably the most important fight we take. This is like the last chance to lose the game, I think. Not to say that Yasuo getting away is actually that big of a deal. I just don't think I'm gonna need my flash. I don't think I'm having a better flash than that one. Be very aware as the game goes on. You never want to flash at like 3 minutes before Dragon spawns, because that means you're not gonna have it for Dragon, right? So here, the reason I use my flash more liberally is just because I don't think I need it. Game's pretty much over at this point. I forget exactly how we end. I think we probably just like march it down mid. Or Yasuo gets caught out on the side lane, that works too. Kassadin metaphorically jumps off a cliff. We don't need to follow him. Alawi does Alawi things. And the game's over. Thank you all very much. I hope you learned something. I stream on Twitch, Benny32J. We're pushing for Challenger right now, 70% win rate. I hope to see you in chat. Bye-bye.